What if I told you that love isn't always about fate, chemistry, or mutual understanding? What if you could intentionally guide someone's emotions, leading them to feel an irresistible attraction toward you? This isn't about manipulation in a harmful sense. This is about understanding the human psyche, mastering social dynamics, and presenting yourself in ways that naturally draw people closer to you. Before you raise your eyebrows, let's be clear. These psychological insights should never be used to harm or deceive anyone. However, when approached responsibly, they can help you build genuine connections. In this video, we'll delve into the subtle yet powerful tactics rooted in dark psychology, methods that can make any woman feel a deeper, more magnetic connection with you. Let's uncover these secrets. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Building emotional foundations, the psychology of vulnerability. Every human craves connection, and vulnerability is often the quickest route to achieving it. The first step to making someone love you is creating an emotional bond. But here's the trick. You don't just share your vulnerabilities. You create a space where they feel safe sharing theirs. For instance, imagine being on a date. Instead of bragging about your achievements or keeping the conversation superficial, share a personal story that reveals a little depth, something that's meaningful but not overwhelming. This might be about a challenge you overcame or a lesson you learned. When you show vulnerability, it subconsciously invites the other person to open up. Once she shares something personal, acknowledge it deeply. Say something like, "That must have been really tough. I admire your strength." By doing so, you're not only showing empathy, but also making her feel understood. A powerful trigger for emotional attachment. Mirroring, the subtle art of synchronization. Have you ever noticed how people naturally connect with those who are similar to them? This phenomenon is called mirroring, and it's a psychological goldmine. The idea is simple: subtly mimic her body language, tone, or even pace of speech. For example, if she leans in slightly, do the same. If she's using a soft tone, adjust yours to match. But remember, this has to feel natural, not forced. When done correctly, mirroring creates a subconscious sense of familiarity and comfort. The science behind this is fascinating. Humans are hardwired to gravitate toward people who seem familiar or share their traits. By mirroring her behavior, you're sending subtle signals that you're on the same wavelength, making her feel more connected to you. Scarcity, becoming the prize. One of the most powerful principles of psychology is scarcity. People often value what they can't easily have. To make someone genuinely interested in you, you need to position yourself as someone who isn't always available. This doesn't mean playing hard to get in a manipulative way. It's about balancing availability with mystery. Be engaging and attentive when you're together, but don't overdo it by constantly texting or calling. Instead, let there be moments of pause, where she has time to think about you and wonder what you're up to. A great way to apply this is by focusing on your passions and maintaining a full life outside the relationship. When you have your own goals, hobbies, and priorities, it naturally makes you more intriguing. Plus, it shows that you're not dependent on her validation, a trait that women find incredibly attractive. The power of mystery, keeping her intrigued. Humans are naturally drawn to what they can't fully understand, and this is where the art of mystery comes in. To keep her interest alive, you must master the balance of revealing just enough about yourself while leaving her curious about the rest. For example, when she asks about your weekend, instead of giving a full rundown, you could say, "It was an adventure. I'll tell you about it sometime." This sparks intrigue. She'll want to know more because you didn't give it all away. Another effective technique is to remain unpredictable. If you always follow the same routine, texting her at the same time or doing the same activities, it can become monotonous. Instead, mix things up. Suggest spontaneous plans or surprise her with something unexpected. The element of unpredictability keeps her engaged and wanting more, creating a sense of exclusivity, the halo effect. There's a reason why people are drawn to those who seem unique or special. To create this effect, you need to subtly highlight what sets you apart from the rest. For instance, rather than simply being agreeable or saying things she expects to hear, share your unique perspectives or passions. If she mentions a favorite movie, instead of just agreeing, you could say, "I appreciate that, but I've always been fascinated by films that break the rules of storytelling, like insert example. This shows that you have depth and individuality, qualities that naturally draw others in." The goal here isn't to brag or dominate the conversation, but to present yourself as someone who has a unique identity. When she feels like she's discovered something rare and valuable in you, her interest will grow exponentially, anchoring positive emotions to your presence. One of the most effective ways to make someone love you is by ensuring they associate you with positive emotions. This technique involves subtly creating moments of joy, excitement, or comfort whenever you're around. For example, plan an activity that's fun and out of the ordinary, something that will make her laugh or feel exhilarated. This could be anything from a playful competition to a scenic adventure. The key is to make sure these moments stand out in her memory. Psychologically, people tend to associate their feelings with the person they're with at the time. So, when she reflects on those happy or exciting experiences, she'll naturally think of you as the source of those emotions. Playing with the push and pull dynamic. The push and pull dynamic is a classic dark psychology technique that can heighten attraction. It works by alternating between showing interest and pulling back slightly, creating a sense of emotional tension. For instance, if you've been texting frequently for a few days, take a step back and let her initiate the next conversation. Or, after a particularly engaging date, end it on a high note and leave her wanting more. The trick is to do this subtly and avoid being manipulative. The goal isn't to play games, but to maintain a balance that keeps the dynamic exciting. When done right, this technique creates a magnetic pull that makes her crave your attention even more. The role of body language, non-verbal attraction. Your words may be important, but your body language often speaks louder. Confidence, in particular, is incredibly attractive, and it's conveyed through how you carry yourself. Stand tall, maintain eye contact, and use open, relaxed gestures. When you're talking to her, lean in slightly to show interest, but don't invade her personal space. At the same time, be mindful of your tone and pace of speech. Speak with clarity and purpose. Additionally, subtle touches can create a powerful connection. For example, lightly brushing her arm during a conversation or offering a reassuring pat on the back can make her feel more comfortable around you. These small gestures can build a sense of intimacy without being overbearing. Mirroring, building subconscious rapport. People are naturally drawn to those who reflect their own behavior and energy. This is where the psychological technique of mirroring comes into play. When used subtly, it can make her feel an unexplainable connection with you. If she leans in while speaking, lean in slightly as well. If she uses certain phrases or expressions, incorporate them into your responses. This mirroring creates a subconscious sense of familiarity and comfort, making her feel understood and in sync with you. But remember, this has to be natural and understated. Overdoing it can come off as insincere. The key is to reflect her energy in a way that feels effortless and genuine, emphasizing emotional vulnerability, the bonding trigger. While confidence and mystery are crucial, there's another dimension that deepens attraction: emotional vulnerability. This doesn't mean bearing your soul from the start, but rather sharing selective insights into your feelings or experiences that reveal your human side. For example, if the conversation shifts to a personal topic, you might say something like, I usually keep this to myself, but this not only makes her feel trusted, but also encourages her to open up to you. When both people feel emotionally safe, a bond forms that goes beyond surface-level attraction. This creates a foundation for something deeper and more meaningful. Leveraging scarcity, the value of absence. There's a timeless saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. To solidify her interest, you must avoid being overly available. Being too present can dilute your value, while a little distance can heighten her appreciation for your presence. This doesn't mean ignoring her or playing hard to get. Instead, it's about maintaining a balanced life where your focus isn't solely on her. Pursue your passions, spend time with friends, and invest in your personal growth. When she sees that you have a fulfilling life independent of her, it amplifies your desirability. She'll come to value the time you do spend together even more, knowing it's not something you give away easily. The final touch, leaving her wanting more. The ultimate trick in dark psychology is to always leave her wanting more. Whether it's ending a conversation at its peak or parting ways after an incredible date, the idea is to create a sense of anticipation. Think of it as the cliffhanger effect. When you leave something unresolved or suggest that there's more to come, her mind will linger on you. She'll find herself looking forward to the next interaction, wondering what you'll say or do next. This approach keeps the relationship dynamic, exciting, and full of potential. When you become the person she can't stop thinking about, you've mastered the art of creating lasting attraction. A word of caution. Before we conclude, let's address the ethical side of these techniques. While they can be effective in building attraction, they should never be used to manipulate or harm someone. Authentic connections are built on trust and mutual respect, and these principles should always guide your actions. Dark psychology isn't about control. It's about understanding human behavior to foster deeper and more meaningful connections. Use these strategies responsibly, and you'll not only attract the woman you desire, but also build a relationship that's genuine and fulfilling. Love and attraction are intricate dances of psychology, emotions, and timing. By mastering these techniques, you can unlock the secrets to creating powerful connections. But remember, the most compelling thing you can offer is your authentic self. If you've found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the fascinating world of psychology and relationships. And as always, keep exploring, learning, and growing. Until next time.